Alright, well, it's kind of a cool looking little truck. Looks like a mid-60s C10. It's got some cool little double exhaust there. The box is actually pretty nice shape. Looks like he's put some new wood into the back of it. It's a long box step side, which I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of those, I guess, around. Probably not quite as desirable as a short step side, but it's kind of got that rat rod look to it a little bit. I don't know. It's pretty much complete. I think it does run and drive. I thought I saw it sitting over here earlier, and then it disappeared for a while, so I thought it actually sold, but we've got a 66 up in behind the shop that I've always kind of wanted to turn into a shop truck, you know, something I could drop down on the ground, just make it kind of cool. Ours has got a 256 banger in it, and I was having trouble getting the hood open. I didn't really want to mess with this guy's truck too much, but I'm pretty sure I laid down and kind of took a look at it. Interior's mainly there, but I could use a little sprucing up. I mean, you know, just being intact for one thing's kind of nice. Looks like it could use a bumper, maybe not a bumper. I'd like to do some suspension stuff to it, I think, if I owned it. But yeah, it's not a bad looking little truck. I don't know what he wants for it. I was thinking about calling him up and seeing. But yet another one sitting out here. This looks like a short box, kind of late C10. There wasn't no info on this one. I don't know if it's the same guy if he's wanting to sell this, or if he's just storing it there, or what the deal kind of is on this one. So I can't really for sure say, but it looks like a pretty straight little truck. I don't know if there isn't a whole lot of. It's going to need a paint job and some other things, I would think, unless you're going to try to go for the patina look. But it seems like it was kind of all there as well. Front end looks a little light. Didn't open the hoods or mess with none of his stuff because, like I said, it ain't my truck, so I don't want nobody messing with my stuff. So I just kind of looked around the outside of it. But, you know, I don't know, a couple of pickups just kind of sitting out in the middle of a field with the for sale sign in them. You got to check it out, right? I don't know if I got the room or the ambition for any more projects right now, so just wanted to let you guys know. Let's be honest, the wife wouldn't let me have him anyway. Yeah, I found a 1972 Dodge Charger that was about 200 miles away that I kind of wanted to go grab. I think it sold for about $2,200, which I thought was alright. In the beginning, it didn't have a title. A towing company had it, so I was kind of leery about what was going on, but he got back to me and said he had a title for it. I thought about going and picking it up, but I do have a lot of other things I have that I've had for a while that, you know, I've got quite a few projects. But I had a 72 Dodge Charger when I was younger, and I let it go, and, you know, it's one of those cars that you kind of regret getting rid of. It's one of the ones that got away, so I'm always kind of on the lookout for one. I also found a 76 Camaro just sitting out in the field. I think it was about $800, no title or nothing, but I wanted to have it for a backup parts vehicle if I got into bump and running again. You know, just in case, you know, I got fenders, doors, everything, because those things get hammered on pretty bad. But I got overruled by my father and my wife kind of on that one as well, so. And I get it. Left to my own devices, you know, I'd probably I'd have a junkyard sitting around every place I'm at, so. But sometimes they also kind of come in handy, and sometimes it's the only way you're going to kind of ever get back what you had or what you were wanting. But yeah, we're going to head her around town here a little bit and see what else happens today. Weather's going to be setting in here pretty soon, so I had the Blazer out and about a little bit while I was painting up my subframe. I didn't want to get any overspray or anything on it, so yeah, I brought it back to the house and had it sitting around there kind of, and I just kind of felt like taking it for a little drive today before I put it away. Go out and see what's kind of going on. When I get some more time, I think I'm going to tape this off a little bit and get underneath of it. And I've started doing a little bit of chassis painting on it, just trying to cover everything up a little bit so it's got a protective layer on it in case I do want to use it later this autumn to go deer hunting with my kid. He got an antelope, so congratulations to him. He headed out on a kind of a weekend trip with my son-in-law, and he found himself an antelope and shot it. So yeah, we'll have some meat in the freezer for this winter, so that'll be good. But yeah, I'm just gonna drive her through town here, I think, and we'll go put her away. Hi, Habitual Hot Rods and Hobbies. It is definitely kind of a gloomy, crappy day. Definitely feels like autumn. So I guess we need to get down to a nice warm shop and get some stuff done. Got the pickup fired up. I'm kind of hoarding this in my garage, but I think I'm going to get some use out of this today. And it's my favorite creeper, so I'm taking it back down to the shop. Got the dually fired up. Gonna have to bring a lot of stuff. Well, the problem is all the paints and stuff that I have down at the shop. We don't keep the shop really hot all winter long. For one thing, we don't work in it quite as much. I'm not always there. I'm working a lot of the time, but heated all the time. It'd be nice if I could, man. I would love that. But all my containers of paint and primers and my car detailing stuff, I don't really like having down there all winter long because, well, it messes it up when it gets really cold. It ain't gonna get too bad if it's 30 degrees down there, but if it's 30 below, it gets cold enough. I mean, it's going to ruin your paint. It's going to ruin, your car detailing products and stuff like that. So I think I'm just going to have to bring them home. I was kind of thinking about how it's going to kind of work doing body work on the Camaro. So I think I'm just going to have to grab my, if I got primer I got to lay on the Camaro, I think I'm just going to have to bring it from the house, put it in a warm car. I'll probably run down and already start heating the shop up, and then I'll bring it down, put it next to a place where it'll stay warm, and get the body underneath the heater so the body's starting to heat up, come up to temperature and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just stuff you got to do when you live way far up north here in the great plains of Ontario. Now we're not quite that far, but I bet you we get just as cold. It gets pretty cold up here. But on the upside, I was looking at the weather, and not this weekend, but next weekend, they're saying 69, 70 degrees for a high on Saturday. So I'll take that. I have to get Evil Pumpkin out and do another little cruise around. I bought a windshield mount, so hopefully I can get my windshield mount on and put my camera on that, so it gets you guys away from just kind of staring at the cowl induction on the back of the hood. I know that wasn't like the best video. I really just enjoyed the cruising aspect of it, and it just sounded nice driving around, so I just kind of wanted to capture it. I'm the kind of guy, I could go to sleep just listening to a car cruise around or a motor idling. So you're gonna find that in a lot of my videos. I'll just let stuff kind of run, and I love listening to things idle, and it doesn't bother me to have like 20-minute cruise scenes where I'm just driving. I ain't gonna really fast forward through all that, because that's what I build them for. That's what I like doing. All right, well, let me get things buttoned up around here. We'll get moved inside, and then I'll get back with you guys, kind of see what we got going on for the day. Good morning from the Triple H garage. First thing, order of business. Huh? Look at that. Isn't that nice? Gotta say a special thank you to my daughter Shelby. She made up my logo and stuff. You might have seen around on my videos, and I've got some stickers and stuff. But yeah, she made me a shirt out of them. So I'm gonna have this baby on. This is gonna be my habitual Hot Rods and Hobbies garage gear. So like I said, special thank you, Shelby, for getting that done for me. If you guys want one, I don't know what we're really gonna do right now. I don't have a store or anything. If you really probably gotta have one, you could probably get through me in the comments or something. We could probably work something out, figure out something. I don't know what cost is or anything. That's kind of on their end. It's we got stickers. We've got to press it at my house, so I probably can start getting into doing it now that we've got the logo finalized and stuff. But that's kind of upcoming, probably later on down the road. Today, I've got to get the oil changed in this. I still haven't done it yet. I'm going to get it ready for hunting season. Hunting season's upon us. I haven't got a tag yet, but I'm probably going to go grab one. And if I just get it out and just go wheeling around out in the woods a little bit, I think it kind of gives me the feeling that it's itching to go out and do some exploring. It's tired of just going to car shows and driving around. I've ran it in full drive a little bit, man. It goes right into full drive. It almost seems like that's where it likes to be. That's where it grew up, and that's where it's the most happy, I feel. So yeah, we got that going on. I'm going to get underneath and probably paint a lot of the underneath of it and detail it and everything. And I want to try to get protected as much as I can underneath there before I take it out, kind of booty bashing it, and driving around. And if we go on a trip, hopefully we'll take you guys with us, and maybe I'll get me one of those Boone and Crockett deers, try out my new butt out tool. I asked the son, he still hadn't used it. He got himself an antelope. Hasn't used the butt out 2 yet, but there's always hope for the next one, right? I'm gonna get something. You check that baby out. I mean, that's an important part of the tools we carry when we're out hunting. All right, so let me get some stuff going here, and I'll get back with you guys when I get situated. All right, well, today we're gonna run some Rust-Oleum products. Uh, I've got quite a bit left over from when I started doing this earlier. I've already kind of done the back receiver hitch. I've done part of the gas tank. I was kind of working my way from the back to the front, but yeah, so I think we've got plenty of paint to do it all. I found another use for my paint cups that don't seem to really work in my guns. So yeah, that'll be kind of good. But I've got my truck bed liner sitting in a bucket behind the camera in some warm water. I find that just kind of helps it lay out a little bit. It's almost kind of like putting reducer in it. If it's kind of cold out, especially just to warm them up, helps them flow out a little easier, get them through there. Especially anything that's kind of thick, your primers, your bed coatings, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab this stuff up and oop, making a mess on my counter. That's good for it. That'll seal her in there a little better. Get a little water permeation. All right, yeah, this stuff here, I'm just gonna brush it on, and I guess next you'll see me. We'll be probably under the blazer applying it, and we'll see what it looks like under there. I've already kind of started. It's my receiver hitch. Cool thing kind of about this is I actually have power running back here. Uh, our trailer has a winch on it for recovery purposes. So yeah, I got a power that runs back here, so I can just plug in some little handles and get that going. But as you can tell, there's actually a skid plate on this. Well, you can tell I ran it out in the water a little bit. It's got a couple of things on it, but yeah, I've coated all that, which is kind of a neat thing. I don't know if that's a Hickey engineered deal or not, but I've kind of done the gas tank and the skid plate for that. Been working up on the sides of the frame coming down, but yeah, basically all this just has to get painted really well. The rear end, as you can see, has actually got a Hickey engineering. It's a stamped, I don't know what you call those, ribbed, reinforced, whatever. Uh, Rear end cover. So I'm gonna probably get me a drill and a wire brush, clean that up, paint that all up, and then like I said, I just got to kind of go through it a little bit, and I'm just gonna try to kind of protect this stuff. You can see there those little stress rods I've been talking about that are just kind of I don't know, there to help stabilize your rear end, keep it from bending in case you kind of get into some hard wheeling. But yeah, I'd like to put shocks on it, but running 8 of them, at $50 a piece, that's gonna be a $400 upgrade. So it might not happen for a little bit. I got a lot of stuff going on. Um, but yeah, let me get underneath here and do a little painting, and I'll come back and show you guys what's up. Yeah, and like this stuff here, It's kind of like I was saying, I think this is where I'm going to kind of paint. I mean, it's pretty big, broad areas. So I think I'm going to hit that with the truck bed liner. Up and along in here, might kind of hit with the truck bed liner. My springs and stuff, I'm probably going to have to hand paint. If I get the rear end really good, I might be able to hand paint that. But now you can see it's got the HE on there even better. And up in behind there is just kind of the floor and stuff. So yeah, that'll probably get painted. But let's see, where do I want to start? I guess it all needs done. So, all right, I'll get back to you when I get her kind of looking a little better. I guess I thought I'd show you guys this. This is a needle scaler. When I was underneath the Blazer here, I realized on that I kind of want to really get that HE cover, the Hickey Engineering rear differential cover really clean. And I've sprayed it and stuff, and there's that stuff that's kind of stuck on there. I don't know what it is, if it was grease that got heated up at one point or paint or what it is, but there's something on there that's kind of nasty. Like it ain't just, I thought it was just dirt with some moisture to it, you know, like maybe it came out over the overflow and then a little oil came out and then dirt got on top of it and it hadn't been cleaned. But I'm having some issues with it. I've been I bought this because I thought there might be some issues underneath this for this Blazer. Like I said, it's a McGraw kind of compact needle scaler. I've never really ran one before, but I'm going to give it a shot here and see how it's going to do cleaning up that cover on the back. All right, let's give this a shot. See what happens here. Like I said, I've never really messed with one of these all that much. Sounds kind of fun. But is it? Don't know. Alright. Just slide that baby way up there. And gotta get underneath here. Yeah, it seems to work better than not, I guess. I mean, it's really coming off over here. Man, I just better be careful. I don't want to really take my Well, I gotta say that is pretty cool. Uh, yeah, I think it did quite a bit of good there. Man, I don't know what that stuff is, but it's hard. Yeah, as you can see, like here and some other places, I mean, it's taking it down really good. I'm gonna fire it back up. Got to get my air compressor going, and I got to hit obviously way more of it. Gonna do some more work with that, but yeah, that's pretty neat, man. It's gonna save me a little time and energy there, and then I'll probably wire wheel it after that. So yeah, I get this all busted off of there and painted up, and I'll bring you guys back. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that these little air needle scalers are kind of a neat thing if you're doing surface rust or stuff that's a little thicker, a little harder to get off. They do a pretty good job. Woo-wee! Well, other than kind of covering myself in some paint, gave myself a little blast to blow there, trying to get my paint tip working. So yeah, I got some paint on me, but that's kind of part of the thing here a little bit. It is kind of my old bump and run shirt. What place did I get there? 9th. Shoot, 9th place. I could let that get kind of icky. But here, let me show you what's kind of happening so far. All right, we're recording with the phone here, so hopefully the video is going to be, or the audio will be good enough. Kind of went through, we're hitting some spots here and there. The rear end's getting better. I've just got to, I think I'm going to come back in and wire brush it a little bit. But, yeah, over here on the other side, if you can tell here, got a little something going on with the LEDs, but yeah, I started kind of covering all this stuff up, kind of getting the floor done, getting the bottom of the shackles done. Ooh, excuse me, pardon me. Just trying to get up. But got the leaf springs kind of done. Got to hit the top of the pad and the other stuff. I'm hitting where I can with I ran a can of the bed liner in it. And I pretty well got the frame done all the way up to the front there and everything. So yeah, that's coming along pretty well. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on this. This is more get it protected, not get it perfect. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. I got the air compressor refired up. Gonna grab the wire wheel, do that rear end, and then we'll see what happens from there. Yeah, I've hit it a little bit here and there. I think the rear end turned out pretty neat. I got a little bit of a scuff on there, but yeah, it's painted. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting rid of the rest of my can of stuff. Yeah, it looks better. I don't know, man. I'm trying. Uh, it's better than it was. I'm hitting different things here and there, but we're really kind of going for protection, not perfection, here. But yeah, most of the frame got done. Some of the cross members. I'm probably gonna climb underneath here and finish up my spring packs in the back, my leaf springs. Need some more stuff done. I got the floors kind of done, where they're flat right behind the wheels and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's not the best. I got to get the tops of my springs, but the frame's pretty well done. Um, I see over there. Where'd you go? Lost you. And up and through there. It's started there. We'll get to the other small stuff. Knocked a couple of cans of that Rust-Oleum out. I'm out. Or else I'd probably still be going. I hope you guys enjoyed our video today. It was just kind of me running around the Blazer. We found some project stuff. Uh, we got the Blazer kind of set up, ready for hunting a little bit more. Just had a good time, trying to get things kind of ready. Everything's got its seasons and different things. This one's got to go hunting. So, yeah, got underneath, got a lot of stuff protected. Still needs more. I'll finish up my cans and stuff here, but it's hard to see anything. I don't want to bore you down there. Our We Want You Addicted To for this week. I got to go with Lakeside Auto Body. Them guys are pretty good with what they do, and they show you a number of ways to do stuff. All the way from JB welding and getting stuff just kind of mucked up. They show you ways if you got air, if you don't have air, they have electrical ways. They show you how to make patch panels, but they'll also show you how to fix it with fiberglass. They put on patch panels with glue, screws, welding. So it's a very diverse thing. Tony with like Cars on Cars, he doesn't do things that way. He does things the right way all the time. Is there right and wrong? Maybe. If it works, it works. I mean, if you have a nice car and you put a little bond door, you put a little fiberglass on a fender, and some guy hits you doing 60 miles an hour, you're really kind of worried about the structural integrity of that little, strip that you put in there. I mean, the car's toast. So, yeah, Lakeside Auto Body is a really good body channel. I keep throwing these body channels in there because that's what I'm watching right now. I'm trying to learn that stuff so that I can continue on with my Camaro. But all right, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.